Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Myself Yochna Kumawat, lecturer in chemical engineering of Kekewak Polytechnic Nashik. Today I am going to discuss lime soda process of the subject plant utility of second year diploma in chemical engineering. We all know that hard water contains the impurities like carbonates and bicarbonates of calcium and magnesium, also sulfates and nitrates of calcium and magnesium, and it may also contain the other impurities. If we directly use this hard water for the industrial processes, then it may corrode the system or it may form the scales or sludges inside the reactor. To avoid this, we need to soften this water before sending it to the process. For the softening of water, different processes are used. They are lime soda process, and lime soda process can be a cold lime soda process or the hot lime soda process. Or ion exchange process is also used for the water softening, and zeolite or permitted process is also used for the water softening. Today we are going to discuss the lime soda process. Lime soda process is a process used in hard water treatment to remove the hardness from the water. In lime soda process, we add lime, that is CaOH twice, that is calcium hydroxide, and soda, that is sodium carbonate Na2CO3, to the hard water, precipitates calcium as the carbonate and magnesium as its hydroxide. The amounts of the two chemicals required are easily calculated from the analysis of the water and the stoichiometry of the reaction. Carbon dioxide and the carbonate hardness, that is calcium and magnesium bicarbonates, are combined by lime. In this process, calcium and magnesium ions are precipitated by the addition of lime, that is calcium hydroxide, and soda ash, that is sodium carbonates. Now we will see the reaction which occurs inside the lime soda process. As slack lime is added to a water, it will react with any carbon dioxide present as follows. We can see in reaction 1, the calcium hydroxide, that is lime, when reacted with the carbon dioxide which is present in the water, it will form the calcium carbonate, which is undissolved in water, and it forms the precipitate, and also it forms the water molecule. This lime also react with the calcium bicarbonate. We can see in the reaction 2, calcium hydroxide reacts with the calcium bicarbonate, then it will form the calcium carbonate, which is undissolved in water, and it forms the precipitate, and it also forms the water molecule. In reaction 3, we can see lime, that is calcium hydroxide, react with the magnesium bicarbonate, which is present in the water. It will form magnesium carbonate, calcium carbonate, and water molecule. Here magnesium carbonate is in dissolved form and calcium carbonate is in undissolved form. To remove this magnesium carbonate from the water, we need to add more lime inside the process. So in reaction 4, we can see calcium hydroxide, that is lime, is added to remove the magnesium carbonate. After the reaction of this calcium hydroxide and magnesium carbonate, calcium carbonate, which is in undissolved form, is formed, and magnesium hydroxide is formed, which is also in undissolved form, and both this calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide will form the precipitate. Also, the magnesium non-carbonate hardness, such as magnesium sulfate, is removed. In reaction 5, we can see lime, that is calcium hydroxide, react with the magnesium sulfate which is present in the water, and after the reaction it forms the calcium sulfate and magnesium hydroxide. This calcium sulfate is in dissolved form and magnesium hydroxide is in undissolved form. And magnesium hydroxide forms the precipitate, so we can remove it easily, but this calcium sulfate is in dissolved form, so we need to add this calcium sulfate. Lime addition removes only magnesium hardness and calcium carbonate hardness. In equation 5, we can see magnesium is precipitated, however, an equivalent amount of calcium is added. The water now contains the original calcium non-carbonate hardness and the calcium non-carbonate hardness produced in equation 5. Soda ash is added to remove this calcium non-carbonate hardness. We can see in the reaction 6, soda, that is sodium carbonate, is added or reacted with this calcium sulfate, which is formed in reaction 5, and it will form sodium sulfate and calcium carbonate. Now again the calcium carbonate is dissolved form, or it forms the precipitate at the bottom of the tank. After softening, the water will have high pH and contain the excess lime and the magnesium hydroxide and the calcium carbonate that did not precipitate. The excess lime and magnesium hydroxide are stabilized by adding carbon dioxide, which also reduces the pH from 10.8 to 9.5. In this both reaction, we can see the carbon dioxide is added to remove the calcium hydroxide and magnesium hydroxide impurities. When the reaction between the carbon dioxide and calcium hydroxide occurs, it forms the calcium carbonate, which is in undissolved form, and the water molecule. And when this carbon dioxide reacts with the magnesium hydroxide impurity, it forms the magnesium carbonates and water molecule. Further recarbonation means further addition of carbon dioxide will bring the pH value to about 8.5 and stabilize the calcium carbonate at the reaction which is shown here. In this reaction, we can see this carbon dioxide react with the calcium carbonate and the water molecule, and it forms the calcium bicarbonate. It is not possible to remove all the hardness from water. In actual practice, about 50 to 80 ppm will remain as residual hardness. Now we will see the limitations of this soda lime process. Soda lime softening cannot produce a water at completely free of hardness because of the solubility of calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide. Thus, the minimum calcium hardness can be achieved is about the 30 ppm at CaCO3, and the magnesium hardness is about the 10 ppm at CaCO3. We normally tolerate a final total hardness on the order of 75 to 120 ppm at CaCO3, but the magnesium content should not exceed 40 ppm at CaCO3. Because a greater hardness of magnesium forms the scales on the heat exchanger elements or on inside the boiler. The lime soda process can be a cold lime soda process or a hot lime soda process. Cold lime soda process is divided into the batch process and the continuous process. In diagram, we can see this one is a batch process of cold lime soda. This process consists of this rectangular tank, raw water and the chemical inlet pipe. This one is a soaped water outlet pipe. This one is a mechanical stirrer, and this one is a sludge outlet pipe. Now we will see the process which occurs actually in the batch process of cold lime soda. Raw water is fed to this tank from this inlet pipe, and the chemicals like slime and soda is fed to this tank through this inlet pipe. This mechanical stirrer is vigorously rotating. Because of this raw water and the lime and soda mixed continuously, and after mixing they will react with each other, means the impurities which are present in the hard water like the calcium, magnesium, carbonates and bicarbonates, or the sulfates, nitrates of calcium and magnesium, reacts with the lime and soda, and they will form the undissolved impurities which get precipitated at the bottom of this tank, and they are removed from this sludged outlet. To precipitate the impurities which are formed after the reaction, we add a coagulant inside this tank. As a coagulant, we use generally alum. Because of alum, the precipitate which are formed after the reaction which get settled fast due to this alum. And after the precipitation, all this sludge is removed from this sludge outlet, and the soft water is removed from this softened water outlet and is then sent to the sand filter to remove the precipitate which are present inside that soft water. Next one is continuous process. The continuous process consists of this cylindrical tank. Inside this cylindrical tank, inner chamber and the outer chamber is given. This one is a sludge outlet pipe, and lime soda and water is provided from this inlet pipe. This one is a stirrer which is continuously rotating, and these are the food fiber filter for the filtration, and this one is a filter open outlet pipe. Now we will see the process which occurs in the continuous process of cold lime soda. When the feed, that is lime and soda and water, is sent to this tank or to this inner chamber, because of this stirrer which is continuously rotating, the feed and the water is continuously mixed inside this inner chamber, and the reaction occurs over here. After the reaction, the precipitated, that is undissolved impurities which are formed during the reaction, which we have seen already, all that impurities will settle at this sludge pipe, and we removed it from this sludge outlet, and the soft water which formed after the reaction will move upward, and it passes through this wood fiber filter, and the precipitated, if some of the precipitated are present inside that water, which get filtered out on this wood fiber filter, and the soft water come out from this wood fiber filter is removed from this filter's open water outlet, and after some time this sludge is removed from this process, and this process is continuous, means there is a continuous feed of water, lime soda takes place to remove the dissolved impurities inside the water. This one is a hot lime soda process. This hot lime soda process works at the temperature of 80 to 150 degrees Celsius. This hot lime soda consists of this cylindrical tank. This one is a conical section to remove the precipitate which are formed in this tank, and the water from here goes to the sand filter. With the sand filter consists of 3 layers of sand. For upper one is a fine sand layer, middle one is a coarse sand layer, and the bottom one is a gravel layer. The water which passed to this tank goes out from this outlet pipe, that is filter's open outlet pipe. The chemicals like lime and soda is fed from this inlet pipe. Feed water is fed from this pipe. Now we will see the process which occurs in the hot lime soda process. Again I will tell you, this process works at the temperature of 80 to 150 degrees Celsius, and the temperature is provided with the help of steam. Here we can see this one is a superheated steam inlet. From this the steam is provided to this tank. and the raw water and the chemicals when added inside this tank. Because of these hot conditions, they get react easily. The cold lime soda process requires 1 to 2 hours for the softening of water, but because of increase in temperature, the reaction get faster, or we can say the rate of reaction is increased, so that this reaction takes place, or so that the water softening takes place in 15 minutes only. Here we are not using any stirrer over here. What we have seen in the cold lime soda process, but here we are not using the stirrer. Instead of stirrer, we provided heat to this system, and because of this heat, this reaction takes place very fastly, and the reaction which we have seen already are formed inside this upper part of this cylinder. And after the reaction, this water goes downward in this section, and the precipitate which are formed after the reaction are settled down here at the bottom of the tank, and the soft water is then sent to this sand filter to remove the other undissolved impurities inside the water. This water is then passed through this fine sand layer, coarse sand layer, and the gravel layer. After passing through this, all the undissolved impurities which are formed during the reaction are get filtered out over here, and finally we get the soft water from this outlet tank. This sludge consists of the calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide impurities. The conical sedimentation tank is given this conical area for the gravity settling of the precipitate which are formed during the reaction. This is what the hot lime soda process. This hot lime soda process gives the hardness at 15 to 25 ppm. In this hot lime soda process, we are using the hot condition for the reaction takes place faster. Here in this hot lime soda process, we don't add any coagulant like alum which we have used in cold lime soda process, because in cold lime soda process we have used alum to precipitate the undissolved salts formed after the reaction, but because of high temperature the precipitate will get settle easily. So in hot lime soda process coagulant is not added, and the final hardness after the process is low in the hot lime soda process compared to cold lime soda process, and the dissolved gases are expelled out at the high temperature. Means in the cold lime soda process we need to remove the dissolved gases after reacting it with the soda or lime, but here because of high temperature all the dissolved gases will get expelled out from the process. Now we'll see the advantages of this hot lime soda process. This hot lime soda process is more economical. It requires a less amount of coagulant. It increases the pH value, thereby corrosion is reduced. Because we know that at acidic condition the corrosion is more, but in this process the pH value is increased, means the water becomes alkaline, so the corrosion is reduced. Also the ferrous, manganese and minerals are also reduced through this hot lime soda process, and the pathogenic bacteria are also reduced due to hot lime soda process, or we can say due to the hot condition the pathogenic bacteria cannot survive, or because of that they get reduced. And the disadvantages of hot lime soda process are: the hardness is 50 to 60 ppm by the cold process and about 50 to 30 ppm by the hot process. The careful operation and skilled supervision are required, because in this process the hot conditions are there, so it is necessary to be skilled supervision of this hot lime soda process. And disposal of large quantity of sludge formed during process is a big problem in this hot lime soda process. So thank you everyone. I hope you like my video. We will meet soon with my next video. Thank you.